Hello everyone. I have decided to start doing some skincare slash aesthetic knowledge videos for you guys to see and learn about, just because I've been getting lots of, texts and DMs and stuff about skincare. I just turned 27. A lot of my girlfriends were now late 20s, which is really odd. We're seeing things that we maybe didn't see when we were 21, 23. I personally started noticing, resting rhytids, wrinkles, hyperpigmentation at, maybe age 25. So anyway, I've just been getting more and more messages about anti-aging. So my recent finding is Obagi. It's more of a treatment than just skincare lines. There's three main ones. There's the oily kit, the dry kit, and the vitamin C kit. The oily kit is for people who obviously are oily, maybe acneic, just very sebaceous. It's hard for, products to penetrate to the dermis. So the oily kit is a little bit stronger than the others. Then there's the dry kit, which is still for, really aged, hyperpigmented, wrinkly skin. Great for that. And then there is the vitamin C kit. I'm trying to do prevention, so I do have little wrinkles that are forming. Especially my skin type, it's very dry and pale, if you didn't notice. So I get wrinkles a little bit easier, especially since, all of us had tons of sun exposure when they were younger. So this vitamin C kit has been amazing. It is a little bit more for drier sensitive skin with just moderate hyperpigmentation. I've been an esthetician about 6 years now, so from the get-go I've been doing chemical peels and microneedling and facials and stuff. So luckily my pigment isn't as bad as when I first started, but for sure I had a ton of sun damage, hypopigmentation. That's when the sun just kills your DNA. Good time. So I was a lifeguard, lived in Saudi Arabia for a little bit, lived in, Nevada, lived here in Georgia. So, definitely have my share of damage. So anyway, I'm just correcting all that. So starting with this vitamin C kit, all the kits are a little bit different, but starting with the vitamin C kit is this gel vitamin C cleanser. Amazing, lots of L-ascorbic acid in here, oat amino acid, so it's very gentle. Then we have the toner, which has witch hazel and aloe. Now typically I wouldn't use a witch hazel. It is a nice astringent, just you can get it over the counter, but I typically go for toners that don't have alcohol at all in them, and witch hazel is technically a derivative of alcohol. Just a little bit too drying on my skin, but for the kit purposes, it's all about kind of restarting your skin over. So I'm also doing the kit to help my lack of oil production. So going along with their toner, and then I decided to go with the retinol. Now there's differences between retinol, retin-A, and tretinoin. Retinol is encapsulated in a palm oil and typically has, like this one has chamomile, so it's very gentle. Doesn't go as far into your dermis though. There's 5 layers to your epidermis, 2 layers to your dermis. So this is still in your epidermis, but still does a great job of peeling me. Obviously, I don't know if you can see all this, but the peeling is just out of control. Retin-A is very similar to a retinol, but still not as bioavailable to the skin as a tretinoin. Life goals is we should all try to work up to a tretinoin without having to go through this peely red flakiness. So tretinoin, or vitamin A in general, speeds up your cell turnover rate to where it was when we were like 15, 16. So everyone's like, oh no, I was put on that when I was 16 with acne and it peeled my skin, da 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 da. Yes, but there's nothing as anti-aging topically as vitamin A to the skin. So we should all be on it. I'm doing this every single day because I'm on the kit, which is only about a 6 to 8 week treatment. But afterwards, I'll do another video on my just like everyday routine. I'll only use this, 2 to 3 times a week at night underneath like a heavy shea butter night cream. So anyway, then we move along to the Elastoderm eye cream. Now this is not a nice hydrating eye cream at all. It's a treatment again, so it contains tons of malic acid, which is plant derived. Works very similar to retinol, just slightly gentler. Remember that the eyes don't have any sebaceous glands, or you don't sweat, you don't produce oil there, so the skin's very delicate. So that's why they switched it up and did malic acid. This stuff burns. don't get me wrong, you have to do it twice a day, but it only burns tingles for maybe a minute after you put it on. But I've definitely noticed a difference. It's supposed to help with your natural hyaluronic acid production. These two guys, speeding up your cell turnover rate, are technically controlled wounds, so stimulates collagen and elastin. And then lastly, we move on to the C Therapy Night Cream. This stuff is great. It has vitamin E in it, glycerin, but most importantly, hydroquinone. So the other kits, the oily kit and the dry kit, you're gonna have hydroquinone in tons of the products. Hydroquinone, I like to only be on it for 6 months at a time. If you try to do too much of it, at too high of a dosage, it can hurt your liver. So anyway, I'm just doing this with the kit. Hydroquinone's great. It is a melanin suppressant, so it tells the T cells that create your melanocytes to calm down. A lot of people know it as a bleaching agent, but really it's just calming those melanocytes down and allowing for the tretinoin and the vitamin C to do its thing. So I'm going to show y'all what I do. So first we're going to cleanse. This cleanser is amazing. It gives you like a glow afterwards. I love it. Now you always want to cleanse with lukewarm water. It never needs to be really hot or really cold. So get that weird lukewarm water going on. When I'm doing my everyday routine, I typically use an oil cleanser. So I recommend oil cleansing even if you're dry or oily, just to get all of your makeup off. And I have been having to wear so much makeup. I never wear foundation, but I've been having to because with tretinoin and retinol, you do go through that inflammatory phase of just redness. And again, the whiteness is real over here. So my neck is white, and then everyone's like, oh, are you sunburned? And I'm like, no, just the Obagi Kit. Okay. So you can see the redness is just hilarious. People are like, do you have rosacea? No. Obagi Kit. So we're going to do a double cleanse always. Since I don't have my oil cleanser, I definitely have to do 2 cleanses of this to get all the icky foundation off. I always recommend everyone get a foaming cleanser. And if you need more moisture, get like a hyaluronic acid hydrating serum, holds 1,000 times its weight in water. Or, you know, sleep with a thick night cream. And I'm not using an exfoliant with this kit because obviously my face is falling off. You don't need an exfoliator. But normally you would want to do a gentle scrub a couple times a week. Okay, now we're going to use a fresh washcloth. We're not going to rub, we're going to pat. Always do this. Never use your bath towel, especially if you don't wash it every night. You know, your bath towel is on the door and then you flush the toilet and you just have all sorts of, shall we say, particles that attach themselves to that towel. And then you put it on your poor face. So never do that. Then we're going to move on to the toner. Toners are so underrated. People are always like, oh, I hate toner, it dries me out, yada, yada, yada. You always want to use a toner. Toners balance your pH. So after we cleanse, even what I just did, your skin can be too acidic or too alkaline. Mine's probably very acidic right now because I'm throwing lots of acids on my face right now. But even after you cleanse, you know, we have chlorine in our water and all sorts of stuff. So if you constantly balance your pH, that'll stop you from breaking out, being too oily, too dry. So, and it smells lovely. Toner also helps minimize the appearance of pores. The only real way to fix pores though would be like microneedling, which I'll have to do a video about that, or like an ablative laser. Retinol, scrubs, you know, dermaplaning, exfoliation in general will help with the appearance of pores, but can't fix them without microneedling. Okay. So then we're going to move on to the retinol. So I was feeling ballsy a few weeks ago. I was like, oh, I've been doing a retinol for over a month now and I'm feeling good. So I asked the rep to let me try the lowest dose of tretinoin, 0.25. Oh, it's not good. So much shedding. It was ridiculous. Patients were, I would bring them back and they're like, are you okay? I'm like, don't worry about it. No, I'm just kidding. So we're gonna rub all this in. Remember, retinol is stimulating your collagen, helping to lighten hyperpigmentation, helping with wrinkles, obviously, pore size. So literally does everything. And don't forget about your neck and décolleté, ladies. Even the hands are really good to get. Now we're going to do the Burnie eye cream. Okay, you always want to use your ring finger. Again, that eye skin is so delicate, and you just want to tap it in, maybe rub it lightly. This one's nice because you can do it on the upper lid. Genetically a little heavy upper lidded, so I'm all about the, you know, tension up there. Stimulate that collagen as well. This eye cream also has a little bit of arnica vitamin K, I believe, so it helps with dark circles, which are genetic. It's just a little bit of vascularity, vascular veins showing through. The only way to really get rid of dark circles is a little bit of like eye filler, fill your tear trough. You can do some IPL, which is for discoloration in the skin. It's a laser, but it's kind of hard to get rid of. And so now we're going to do the night cream. This contains, again, the hydroquinone for brightening and lightening hyperpigmentation, vitamin E and glycerin because your skin is a little raw during this 6 to 8 week kit process. Then I'll have to post my Vizia as well once I'm done. I'm finishing out this month of April, then that'll be my 2 months. The Vizia is kind of like a woods lamp, so you take a photo and it shows the in-depth photos of your skin, so it lets you know how much UV damage you have, how many brown spots, what your pore count is, your wrinkles, and it gets your birthday and averages you against 100 other men or women in your age demographic, and you're looking for high percentages, so that's always exciting to see because your percentages get higher after you do this kit, especially with hyperpigmentation. And that is it for the night routine. In the morning, I just cleanse again. You really only have to do one cleanse that time in the morning since you're not wearing, you know, a lot of makeup at that point. But you definitely want to take the vitamin A off. Vitamin A, retinol, tretinoin is very photosensitive. So if you left that on all day, you're just going to peel even more. So that's unnecessary. So cleanse it off. Do your toner again to balance that pH. And then we do this vitamin C serum from Obagi. It's really great. It does have hydroquinone in that. So I'll probably only use it while I'm on this kit and then switch back to my favorite, which is the CE Ferulic from SkinCeuticals for everyday. And then this bad boy, this is what really makes you shed. This is the CE Exfoliating Day Cream, and in the other 2 kits it's called Exfoderm and Exfoderm Forte. Just has tons of acids in here, which are actually great for the skin. It has glycolic acid, lactic. So think about tretinoin and retinol as a more intrinsic treatment. So it's going all the way down to those melanocytes, the hyperpigmentation. Because remember, all that pigment is so deep in the skin, and you know, just from years ago, so years of damage in here. So the retinol goes down deep, pulls all that stuff up. This is your sweeper. So you're shedding, but it's getting rid of all that pigment that the retinol brought up. And then again, the hydroquinone is just helping to brighten. So it's a really cool kit. That's about it. So if you have really light pigment, do the vitamin C kit. If you have heavy hyperpigmentation, years of sun damage, I would recommend probably a series of IPL laser, which I'll have to do another video on laser sometime, and chemical peels, and then use this to kind of remove any excess, because after a while the IPL doesn't have a chromophore anymore, so light pigment, it can't find it, so then you need to do, you know, your hydroquinone and retinol. And chemical peels are great, but if you have melasma, which is different than hyperpigmentation, you want to stay away from IPL, and then you would just do like microneedling with PRP, chemical peels, and then the kit. Okay, that's it. Y'all just feel free to text me or send me a DM on Insta if you have any questions. Bye-bye.